Recording in progress.
Hello, and welcome back to Monday's Light Codes Messages. Today is week 202, and today was a little bit different. Today was a lot of sound. Now, what I bring through mostly are sound frequencies. And these come through in different ways and in different specific sounds that bring through specific frequencies in different ways. And there were a lot of, and I speak in a few different languages, but the languages often just sound. And there is a clicking language and there is a whistling language. But it is all connected with the star system Sirius and the masters of the Sirian Masters. And so today there was a lot of that. There was a lot of the high messages from the Sirian Masters coming through, which is a specific, there's a specific sound, like a whistling sound, like the dolphin sound kind of thing coming through in the clicking language. And the whistling sound brings through the Christ consciousness. And so in the directional message today coming through Alpha was I saw a holy person. And when I say I saw a holy person, I usually mean that I saw somebody with a big halo on their head. So, you know, I call them a holy person. So there was a holy person, and this holy person had a baby. So, you know, it was like the Christ baby, I guess. And what I could see with this holy person and the baby was above them, or coming down upon them, was a great shower of light. Shower may not be the right way to describe it, but light pouring down. So this is the direction for us right now. This is our soul's direction. Our soul is calling us in this direction to receive these higher frequencies, this Christ light coming down through to enable us, or humanity, to become Christed. And in the Omega, which is, so Alpha is the divine masculine and Omega is the divine feminine. In Omega today, which is to do with the soul's pathway, I saw a rowboat with people on the rowboat. So they were making the crossing. So this is saying that there is this opportunity right now where the crossing is being made by many people, and it's doesn't mean everybody is making this crossing at the same time, but those that are ready at this specific time, there is a big influx of people that will be making the crossing. So a new wave of people becoming Christed, a new wave of people ready for the higher degrees of ascension. And these are what the light codes were for today. So and there were a lot of activation keys came through today, which means that those specific light codes and keys, the light codes are being activated. So those frequencies are being activated within for humanity this week. And lost my train of thought there, so I'll just keep going and hopefully it will come back. What I saw in the unification, you know, the divine masculine and divine feminine coming into unity, I saw the big A, which always represents to me the ascension. Of course, it can also represent the alpha because it is the symbol of alpha. But in any case, it's the same thing because it is the direction, which is to do with ascension. And I also saw a masculine and feminine holding hands. Now, I want to say that there were not a lot of visions this week. Mostly it was a lot of the clicking language and the codes coming through, and a lot of activation keys coming through, a lot of Christ consciousness sounds coming through. So not so much in the vision, not so much needed for that. So we went right through the whole healing activation process, mostly just with sounds and the clicking language, and not a lot of visions. But when it came towards the end, there was this vision of almost like a pyramid, but many sides to this pyramid. So the message was striving towards the pinnacle. And the final vision that I saw today, which is like the final spiritual message or the blessing or the gift offered for this particular healing, is balance. Because what I saw were, you know, the meditation stones, the large one and a little bit smaller, all being balanced on top of each other, and it's very much to do with balance. So the messages today were really about the balance. Oh, sorry, that wasn't the final message. There was one more vision after that, and it was a masculine and feminine, and they were, they appeared to be making bread. Making bread together. Now, what I got from this is that, you know, give us our daily bread. You know, this is to do with the purposes coming together. And if you've been following along, you'll know that a few weeks ago we were bringing through the frequencies and the codes for surrender. So going into surrender with that, and then coming into purpose. And so what this is, the daily bread kind of thing, you know, it was masculine and feminine, the masculine and feminine, so the two parts of us, or the twin flames, even coming together, uniting the energies in order to bring the purpose and the mission, which brings forward, of course, the daily bread, and to be able to move forward with all of that. At that point, I want to mention, because this actually did come up in the cards as well, which I'll come into, and it is to do with twin flames. And what I want to say is, if you have met your twin flame, and maybe you're not in, you know, you're not together, you're not in union, but you have made that connection with your twin flame, that's what you need. You need the connection, and not to get lost in the romantic notion of it. So what you do is, you know, you've made the connection, and, you know, this is a question that you can ask yourself. What do you want your twin flame for? That's a really important question. What do you want for or from your twin flame? The twin flame is about the connection. So when you have made the connection, what you are doing then is that is helping you with your ascension. And so you use that connection in order to ascend. You don't have to be in together. Once you've made the connection, you can build on the union, because it's in the spiritual body. So build on that connection. But what I notice is a lot of people get lost in, you know, the desire or the desperateness of having to be with their twin flame. But that can be very hard. So if you can surrender, which we were given a few weeks ago, it's about surrender, coming into your own self-love, working towards your own purpose. Use the connection to build on, so that you can activate your twin flame purpose. You only need the connection. And I know that because I made the connection with my twin flame long before I met him. And with that connection, I was given the frequencies that brought forward the Ascension program that I developed way back in 2004. So please don't think that you are lacking anything once you have made that connection. And this also goes for everybody else. If you have made the connection with your twin flame, even if you have never met them, but you have made them, you use that connection to power you forward for your purpose and mission that you are here for, to help humanity. So I hope that makes sense. And if it doesn't make sense, please do put questions in the comment box. Really, I would like people to chat in the comment boxes of YouTube, and I can answer your questions, or you can connect with me as well, reach out and I can answer your questions. So the first card that came up today was card number 13, which is about transformation. I think we had the transformation energies coming through last week. And the card actually says, forgive and forget. Forgive and forget. So 13 is very much an initiation type vibration. And a couple of the people in the group today, in the Light Codes group today, did mention snakes and this kind of thing, which is usually also to do with initiation. So forgive and forget. And I always remember I brought I used to bring a lot of groups to Egypt, which I haven't done for a while. But if you would like to come to Egypt on a trip, then I am planning on putting together a cruise along the Nile on the dahabaya, traditional dahabaya, but later on this year. I just need to get my act together and put it together and offer that. If you're interested in that, please get in touch with me and put your name down. So anyway, some years back, 2009, something like that, I took a group out to the desert monastery, and a number of us all bought this particular photo of Jesus, and on the bottom of the photo it said, "When I forgive, I forget." And I really love that. When I forgive, I forget. So when you haven't forgotten something that's happened to you or somebody did to you or whatever, then you haven't forgiven. So try again, because when I forgive, I forget. And that's what I think this is all about. Forgive and forget. And then you can move forward, because you're only holding yourself back. So forgive and forget. That's the message for this week. And I also thought that was really interesting, because now I don't know a lot about the Islamic religion, but I am living here in Egypt, and so I, pick up on little bits and pieces. It's the month of Shaban, and last week was there were a series of days which was all to do with specifically to do with forgiving. And so I thought that was really interesting that comes through when we've just come through. I think that was the last day of that was Thursday, Friday, and here we are Monday. So I, still there's always a 3-day window on things. So I thought that was really interesting too. And the second card today, Sacral Chakra, we have the 3 of Earth, and is the power of creativity. The power of creativity, baking the bread, a little bit of creativity going on there. Recognition for very high quality work. You've done the work, you've been putting in that work. It's time now, to receive your frequencies. That's the recognition, receiving the frequencies ready to become the Christed one. And be a team player. Take your part in the mission that for the collective. We're all in this together. We're all in this together, helping to bring the awakening to humanity, doing our bit in whatever way that each of us does it. Everybody has their part to play. And so that's what I think this is all about, that this is being activated this week, that more and more people are stepping up and doing that. And that reminds me, you can get lost in everything that's going on in the world right now. And so, that's important not to get lost in it. But you might have a specific direction that you follow. And in particular, obviously, I'm Australian. I'm not in Australia, but I'm Australian. And so I like to know what's going on there. And I follow a series of posts and videos and things from, the Australians will know this, Cafe Lockdown. And I really love it, because you can see how much beautiful change is actually coming to our world. Okay, there's still struggle and strife going on with the people in the places of power, but people themselves, when you these are a group of people that are on convoy around Australia, and they're basically spreading a message of love and peace and hope. And so many beautiful people that, we really have to remind ourselves the world is awakening. The world is awakening, and we can all be a part of that. And if I were in Australia, if they would let me in, I'd like to be on that convoy. I'd love to be on that convoy. I would have the greatest time. So, but I don't think they're going to let me in for a while. So, things are difficult everywhere. We all have our part to play. We all have some kind of struggle or, challenge, an obstacle, but that's all a part of the picture as well, all a part of the bigger picture for us to how we deal with it, how we get through it, bring ourselves back to this place of peace within ourselves, stay in a place of balance, and then we're able to play our part more fully. In the solar plexus this week is the child. So this again is the solar plexus is about where we come when we fully balance our solar plexus. We will be ready and probably on our purpose, our mission, our work, walking forward with what it is that we are here to do. So this child to me talks about that. It's in the solar plexus. So this is the child, what you have created, the birthing, the bringing forward your mission, your purpose, just like baking the daily bread, masculine and feminines walking in harmony. And I want you to understand that masculine and feminine aspects of ourselves walking in harmony. We have to walk in harmony with ourselves first and foremost, coming into union and walking in harmony with ourselves. So keeping a double check on all of that all of the time so that you can bring forward your mission and your purpose. The codes and the keys are there now. The light codes are there and the keys to help us activate those purposes. It's time for them to come forward. You know, it's 2022. I was going to say 2023, 2023, but it's 2022. And so, you know, we're getting there. Hey, it's already the 21st of March. Before you know it, it's going to be 2023. I don't know how it goes so fast, but it does. Talking about 21st of March, the next card in the heart chakra is card number 21, which is the world. And the card says embrace. Now, this is a beautiful card because, look, you can see there he is. He's enlightened to self. And his heart is just beaming so much light. And then there's the heart here in the core of the earth. So he's in total alignment. He is balanced. Embrace the balance. Embrace, come into harmony. Be balanced. Balance your body, mind, and spirit, heart and soul. Be balanced. Meditate. Do the Luxor Light Ascension program, which reminds me again, you only have until the end of this month to get 50% off the Luxor Light Ascension program. Please connect with me for that because it won't be offered again this year. And in the throat chakra, we have the card of justice. Now, this is all to do with balance again, because here he is. He's weighing the scales. So again, it's about balance, 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 and it's card number 11. So here we have the two sides of each other coming into balance, coming into harmony. This is all about balance and harmony this week, and bringing the truth forward. The next card is in the brow chakra is Nephthys, the high priestess, intuition and mystery. Be in alignment and aware and awake to the mysteries of what is going on in the world right now. Not so much in the world, I guess, but within ourselves, solving the inner mystery within ourselves as we are all coming to greater degrees of awakening all of the time. It's a continual journey. It's not a once we get there and then we have arrived. We keep going, we keep going, we keep going. So Nephthys, the high priestess, tap into that. Align with your intuition. And I'm just reminded now to go back to whatever was going on in the higher mental body. Yes, actually, I missed that in the message there. In the higher mental body today, what I saw was the masculine and feminine reaching towards each other to hold hands. And this actually means, because the higher mental body also is where we're bringing through our intuition, we're connecting with our intuition and bringing through the divine messages. Hopefully our lower mental body is clear so that we can allow that through. And so they were coming together, working in harmony there to be able to bring that intuition through. And this is the same thing. Just the cards are really marrying up very much with the visions, even though there weren't many visions today. So tap into your intuition, be aligned, be balanced, balance your both sides of self, masculine and feminine, and listen to the messages of the universe, listen to what's going on around you, look for the signs, or, you know, not necessarily look for the signs, but be alert to the signs, observe. Nothing happens without reason. There's always, you know, a sign, whether it comes through your dreams or whether you have visions on waking, or whether you find, say, a feather on the, you know, float down in front of you, or you may see a stone shaped in a, reminds you of something, a heart or whatever, or, you know, everything that comes in your way that is that brings your awareness to it. Numbers, of course, you know, the double numbers and all of that kind of thing. particular birds or whatever may come through. But there's message, be alert to it, write it down, look it up, become the mystic, Google it. You can find out what everything means. You don't have to go, oh, I don't know what that means. You can find out everything these days. Okay, so on the path, we need to do it. On the path, we have to walk it. We have to walk the path. You can't just talk about it. If you're going to talk about it, you need to walk it. And that's what the next card says. You can do it. And this is the Omega chakra, which is the path. You can do it. Move forward now. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. And Archangel Michael is there to help you do it. Really strong, helping you cut away all of those obstacles. And to finish in the Alpha chakra today, which is the direction, and it is purpose and mission, and it is the twin flame. So very interesting that the twin flame card should come out this week. And this is what I really want to remind, because, I work with a lot of twin flames, and I know that there are a lot of twin flames that are in the surrender process at the moment, or verging on surrender. So you can't be in surrender until you're there, because when you're still pining over your twin flame or whatever, and they're not in your life, but you're pining for that, you haven't reached surrender yet. So getting to the point of surrender and acknowledging that if you have made that connection, and if you don't know if you've actually made the connection, I can actually help you with that as well, so you can reach out to me for that one. But if you've made the connection and if you've met them, it's good chance that you have made the connection. Of course, there's different degrees that start, it can be only just connected, and you need to build on that. But you can build on that till you come into full union in the spiritual. That's the most important thing. It's not so much the important thing that you have to walk physically side by side, because it's about the connection. It's always about the connection. The connection is about ascension, and it's about you rising to higher levels all of the time. And that's also what that's about. So you each have your path and your purpose and your life lessons that you must walk through. And it's not about having to be, Suki Lala, about not being in a relationship together. It's about stepping beyond that and going one step higher, and recognizing that if you've made the connection, work with the connection, because the connection has a purpose, and the purpose is to do with ascension, to do with your specific purpose coming through and what you are here to do. So if you're not doing your not walking your talk and not doing your purpose and all of that kind of thing, learn about the connection, learn about that connection, learn about how to use it and how to tap into it and how to build on it, not for the purpose of romance, but for the purpose of ascension and for the purpose of mission. And I think that's really important, actually, that people can get to that space, because there is so much freedom and liberation when you get to that point, when you recognize that it's about the connection, and the connection doesn't have to be, living under the same roof or whatever. So that's it for me for today, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Please do visit my website, www.howtoreturntolove.com. Got lots of good blogs. Also find the links to my new book, Birthing a New Reality. And I really look forward to hearing from you. If you purchase my book, do get in touch with me. See you next week.